So I thought I'd share my pocket survival kit with you. One of the first things I want to say is if you've read the little Special Air Service SAS Survival Manual by Lofty Wiseman, one of the pieces of tips that he gives that I think is really invaluable is you need to use this regularly. It should be something that's evolving all the time. And if you're using it, you're adding to it, or you're removing the things that you don't need. That doesn't mean you're going out on survival situations, but you know, if you're finding that you're having more little small injuries, you might want to add a couple extra bandages, or maybe a little tube of some antibiotic ointment or something. So it should be something you're using and trying to improve on actively all the time. Okay, so what do I have in mind? Well, I use an ESEE tin. Okay, so I have an ESEE tin. It's just same as an ALTOIDS tin, except it's marketed by ESEE and has their logo. So yeah, I just like ESEE stuff, and I just like the tin and went with that. But you could easily use an ALTOIDS. I made a band out of some nylon web, and a little piece of red wool on here just to kind of help slide it off a little easier. So I just crafted that myself. So what's in the tin? Okay, open it up. This is the latest modification. Okay, there, look at that. You could think you could throw a signal with that in an emergency? I bet you could. Okay, that's too bright. Wayne Russell card from Grim Survival. This is the latest thing to be added into this kit. So we have a knife blade here, and then around it is a gig, trap triggers, hooks, and some needles. Now on the back side of this, it has an adhesive panel, and on the adhesive panel I adhered a piece of wet dry metal sandpaper so that I have a means to resharpen this little knife. It has little lashing holes on it so that it can be lashed to a stick to easier manipulate it, like a Hoko knife. Okay, so a lot of options right here in this little tool. I'll move that out of the light. It's just hitting the reflection. What else do we have? Okay, I've got a pencil, and I've got some note paper in there. We'll get to that eventually. Whistle. Okay, it's a must-have. A very tiny little fishing kit with some fishing line, a couple of split shots, and some very tiny treble hooks. Better to get small fish than to try to catch large fish and get nothing. So that's what that kit's all about. Some matches bound up with some striker paper, and there's some all-weather matches in there too. A very tiny signaling mirror, gift from a friend of mine. It's a mini rescue signal mirror from Adventure Medical Kits. Boy, I am just catching hell with the reflections. And then we have a tiny sewing kit, which you can repair your clothing if it gets torn to keep it intact, keep you warm. You could probably boil the string and the needle and close a wound if need be. Triple antibiotic ointment, and little bit of painkiller. I probably use this more than anything else. I'm digging into this all the time to take a couple of acetaminophen, just end of day pain or something when I'm out and about. An alcohol prep for cleaning a wound, and some bandages. Okay, just band-aids, two large band-aids, and then that note paper I mentioned. So I pretty much covered everything that I need in here. I have signaling devices, mirror, and whistle. I have the means to make a fire. I've got a cutting tool, and probably I could add a couple of water purification tablets now that I'm looking at it. So there we go. We're evolving our kit all the time, and a little bit of medical stuff. So that's what I carry in mind. All right, we'll talk to you later, guys. Take care. Bye.